In an episode not long ago, you all had a discussion about the supernatural elements of the Mass and the importance of having a sense of childlike wonder towards the faith, rather than just a strict, these are the rules mentality.
Right.
I'm a revert and a deeply damaged man from a childhood of public education and a previous heathen lifestyle. The wonder is not in me at all. Can I get it back? My children naturally have such wonder, but what can I do to help keep them from losing it?
Very good question, Mr. Blank. The first thing is you can see what is it that causes wonder in you in general. You know? Scenery, stars, mountains, particularly affecting books or poetry or music. What is it that evokes wonder in you? Full stop, anyway. There's something must, and whatever it is, you've got to begin to connect it to God himself, because he's the creation or the creator rather, of all that is wonderful. It could be food, you know, maybe you're sort of a Julia Child sort of goes into paroxysms over a cream sauce made just the right way. Well, those are all reflections of God, so you can look into that. You can explore history and literature and so forth if you haven't already. Look at what makes your children enchanted, what gets them excited, and try to see it through their eyes.
There is a problem. I understand perfectly what Mr. Blank is talking about. There's one hurdle when it comes to the Mass, because we people are funny. We naturally take for granted what is in abundance because it is in abundance,
right?
And we value scarcity because it's scarce. So I think the fact that because the Mass is, we have it weekly and for some even daily, that makes it less special. The routine of it. Yeah. One of the shows I watched, it was a miniseries, AMC The Terror. It was a horror thing. It was a kind of a fictionalization of 1840 British expedition to Northwest Passage, and it disappeared. And so everybody died. So at the end of the thing, it's horror, by the way, and it's really gruesome, so I'm not recommending it. But one of the lieutenants, everyone knew they were dead. They were going to die. And in one of the most beautiful speeches I've ever seen on television or movies, this lieutenant talks about the one time he went to Catholic Mass and received the Eucharist. And it was it was filled with such wonderment. And he said, he was recalling it to someone else, and he said it was a perfect, pure moment in an entire lifetime of imperfectness. And it was such a beautiful thing. Now that it was easy for him because he had this one moment in his life. And so imagine all you, if there was only one time that you went to Mass and you received the Eucharist, then you would hype it up. Then it's like, wow, this one time.
Yeah.
But because it's weekly, that changes our minds.
It changes the dynamic somewhat, but you can fix that a bit. I don't want to plug my book, The Catholic Quest for the Holy Grail, but read about the Grail and remember that that's the Blessed Sacrament. Go to Byzantine or Maronite or Coptic or Anglican use masses. Not necessarily as a regular diet, but go to them to get a fresh sense of how other cultures view the Blessed Sacrament. But really, what is at the bottom, as I sit here thinking and talking at you, what's at the bottom of wonder and awe is gratitude. I think that if you cultivate the attitude of being grateful to God for all that you have, wonder will find its way to you. You've already seen a bit of it with your children. I find it very hard to believe that you did not find it wondrous on some level that you and your wife produced these independent beings who, as they get older, will become all the more independent. You created housing for wills completely separate from your own. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, and don't forget to pray for it. That goes without saying.
Yeah, but we'll say it anyway. Pray for that sense of wonder. It's like some people pray for the gift of tears. Pray for that sense of wonder.
Catholic Quest for Holy Grail. That filled me with fervor, because with all these relics, it's kind of funny, but there's a sense that, hey, this stuff is real.
Yeah, it's all true.